Well, hello, and welcome to my latest video. It's been a while, isn't it? Now, why has it been a while, you want to know? Well, I've been working, and what else have I done? Been on a few bike rides. Haven't done a great deal else, but I thought it time to get back in the saddle and do something to entertain you. And the topic I've chosen today, well, it's a little bit of a tricky one, actually. So I'm going to have to tread that was sort of annoying, wasn't it? Sort of sing-song, wasn't it? Fairly carefully, because I don't want to offend people. And the reason is I'm going to be talking about diet and weight. Now, it just so happens, and it is entirely coincidental, by the way, this has nothing to do with my video. Yesterday I was watching a video by Katie Kookaburra, and if you don't know Katie Kookaburra's videos on YouTube, she makes very interesting, informative, well-known, well-made, enjoyable videos, and I can highly recommend her channel. Anyway, she did a video yesterday about diet and weight, a little bit of a rant. Now, so I need to tread a little bit carefully because, as I say, I don't want to offend people. And why do I say that? Well, for two reasons. I, as you know, have signed up to do Land's End to John O'Groats, and I want to lose a few pounds in order to do that. So the first thing I want to say is, if you want to lose weight, that is entirely up to you, but please do it because you want to do it. Don't do it because your wife or your husband or your spouse says you should do it. Don't do it because your Instagram followers should do it. Don't do it because you turn up at the cafe stop on a cycle ride and somebody says to you, "You're going a little bit of extra timber there, Julian." Don't do it for those reasons. If you want to do it, fine. The second reason, or the second thing I want to say, is I make no recommendations about what weight you should be, whether you are male or female, whether you are young, whether you are old, whether you weigh a lot, whether you weigh a little. I really could not care less, and if it was up to me, I would say to you, you shouldn't care less either. The other disclaimer I want to make is I am not by any means an expert on nutrition, nutritional science, weight loss, diet, anything like that. Okay, so if you want to listen to expert advice, go to someone else. If you want to hear what Julian has to say about it and some of the tips and suggestions that I have for losing weight, then by all means watch the rest of this channel. Okay, so just to give you a little bit of context, I currently weigh 13 stone. I don't know what that is in kilograms. I know I ought to know, but I don't. I'm a good European, but I'm not very good at that. And I'd like to be 12 stone. So I want to lose a stone, which is 14 pounds. As you know, there are 14 pounds in a stone. Why do I want to lose a stone in weight? Mainly because, as you know, if you are cycling, particularly up hills, then the big thing you're fighting against is gravity. And the lighter you are and the less weight you have to carry when you're going uphill on a bike, the easier it's going to be for you. So my wish, my preference, nothing to do with what my family or my wife or anybody else has said to me, my preference is to lose about a stone before I go on the Land's End to John O'Groats ride, which is in about 3.5 months' time. Okay, so here are Julian's diet tips, comments, thoughts, ideas. Number one, you will not lose weight through exercise. All right. Now, all of the exercise bits of equipment that you see advertised, particularly on the shopping channel, all talk about linking exercise to losing weight. My belief is that you will not lose weight by exercise. Now, if you want to leave a comment down below and saying you've exercised for X many years and you've lost X many pounds, good luck to you. My general advice is if you are hoping to lose weight, you will not do it through exercise. You will only do it through diet. Point number 2. You don't burn as many calories as you think you do, or as Strava or other apps tell you that you do. And the reason why that's important, and it's linked to number 1, is you go out, let's say you do a bike ride, you do a couple of hours bike ride, you think, oh, I've burned a whole load of calories, I can eat a whole load of food. And the fact is, you probably haven't burned as many calories as you think you do, and you don't have to consume many calories afterwards to far exceed the calories that you did burn. Now, you might think that contradicts with point number 1, that exercise won't help you lose weight. I'm not saying that exercise won't help you get trim. It won't help shape your muscles, and combined with diet, it won't help you lose weight, because it will. What I'm saying is that exercise on its own, without a calorie controlled or a diet of some sort, you will not lose weight. Point number 3, there are 7,000 calories in a pound. Now, just think about that. 7,000 calories would mean that you would have to reduce your calorie intake by 1,000 calories a day over 7 days in order to burn 1 pound. And there are 14 pounds in a stone, and there is just under is 2.2 pounds in a kilogram. So you have to burn a lot of calories, or you would have to burn a lot of calories through exercise if you wanted to do it through exercise, and that's why you need to reduce your calorie intake in order to lose a pound in weight. And 1,000 calories a day, 7,000 calories to lose a pound in weight. Next tip, piece of advice: you eat more than you think you do. Now, I'm not saying you're lying to yourself, but you are probably lying to yourself, because you're probably not including all of the things that you do actually eat. You think, oh, well, I'm just having my 3 meals a day, but you're not counting the little bits of extra that you have here and there, the little additions that you conveniently forget about. So if you want to record accurately what you're eating, then write it down on a piece of paper and be honest about it, okay? You're only lying to yourself if you don't include everything. Next tip, portion size is everything, right? If you eat a large amount of even pretty healthy foods, then you will consume a large amount of food and therefore a large amount of calories. My friend Simon, I'm going to refer to my friend Simon on a couple of occasions during this video. Simon is my diet advisor. Simon used to be fairly skillful in this field. He was a diet advisor to King Farouk of Egypt, who was a fairly large gentleman. Also diet advisor to Robert Morley, who was a great British actor. Again, was fairly sizable gentleman. Fergie, the Duchess of Ferguson, who had her own particular issues with weight, yes, he gave them advice. Now, you might say to yourself, well, these are 3 people, Julian, who are known to being rather larger than the average. So did your mate Simon actually have much input? Well, you can't blame your diet advisor for everything. But Simon says, and when I say to my wife, Simon says, she says, oh, God, here we go. Simon says that one thing you should do is you put your food on a plate and then you get rid of half of it and then you eat what's left. Good advice. Portion size is everything, because that brings me on to my next point, which is that self-control is better than self-denial. Now, what do I mean by that? And I'm not necessarily saying I'm the originator of that idea. But what I'm saying is, if you try and go on a diet where you cut out things completely, all that's likely to happen is after a period of time, and I'm not specifying what that period of time might be an hour and a half, might be a day, might be a week, might be a month, might be 3 months. But if you try and deny yourself everything, what's likely to happen is that after some time has passed, you get a craving and you start going back onto those foods. You start eating the same amount as you were before and you put the weight back on. So self-control is about portion size. It's about eating less of stuff or eating fewer of stuff. Now, if I was to relate that to my particular case, if I was to open, let's say, a packet of Marks and Spencer's dark chocolate covered ginger biscuits, right? They are particularly tasty. And there's either 8 or 9 biscuits in a packet. Now, what I would normally do is I would eat them, and I would eat 8 or I would eat the 9 because they're very tasty, they're very nice, I like eating them, and so on and so forth. To deny myself the biscuits altogether is likely to lead to me snapping in a few hours' time and going back and eating the packet. If I was to do it in a more sensible manner, what I would do would be to eat 1 biscuit, perhaps maximum 2 biscuits, and then put the packet away and save the rest for another day. I'm not very good at doing that. I am trying to do the self-control. I'm not great at it. I tend to be better at the self-denial, but there is a limited period of time that will work. Okay? Simon's next piece of advice, and this really is true, and it really does work if you can follow it through, and that is, if you like it, don't eat it. If you don't like it, eat it. Now, just put this in your mind next time you go to the supermarket or you do your online shop and you're walking down the aisles and let's say you see a big bag of crisps. You think, oh, I really like crisps. No, don't have them. You get to the pizzas. Oh, I really fancy a pizza. Don't have the pizza. You come to the cream cakes. That looks really nice. Don't have the cakes, right? So if you like it, don't eat it. If you don't like it, so you're walking along and you see the broccoli. Now, nobody in their right minds likes broccoli. Therefore, you should eat broccoli until you can eat no more. But don't do that because you'll make yourself ill. So you're walking along, you see the broccoli, you think, I don't like it, I'm going to have some of that. You walk along a bit further and you see the water, the bottles of water. Ooh, don't like drinking water. I'd rather have orange juice. Drink the water. You're walking along and you see some, some lean chicken breast without any skin on, right? Chicken breast without any skin on. It is the least of the meats. Therefore, that is what you should eat. You see the nice chunky chicken thighs with the skin on, you know, when you make it into a nice curry and it oozes the fat over. Don't eat it, right? If you like it, don't eat it. If you don't like it, eat it. And my final piece of advice, guidance, tip, whatever you want to call it, is fruit is full of sugar. Now you think, or lots of people think, and I fell into this trap myself, oranges. I really like oranges. I'm going to have some oranges. There is a lot of sugar in an orange. Now I stopped eating because I made a list of stuff actually, which I put on my fridge, and I'll take a picture of it actually, so I'll include it in the video. And I thought, I know what I'll do is instead of eating my 9 Marks and Spencer's dark chocolate covered ginger biscuits, what I'll do is I'll have some satsumas, right? An orange, okay? So I'll sit down of an evening to watch EastEnders, Mrs. Brown's Boys, Line of Duty, other rubbish television, and I'll get through 9 or 10 or 11 or 12 satsumas. And you think, oh, you done well, Julian. You haven't had the biscuits, you haven't had the chocolate, you haven't had the Magnum, you haven't had 2 Magnums, you haven't eaten all of the stuff that you shouldn't eat. And then you look up, and I wonder, I'm curious here, just how many calories are there in a Satsuma or your average orange. It's about 47, okay? And 47 calories is not very much, but 10 times 47, you do the math, guys, is 470 calories, all right? A little under half of the recommended intake for the average adult, which is generally to be about 2,500 for a male and about 2,000 for a female, but those numbers do vary. So you sit there and you have 10 Satsumas, you burnt 500 calories, you might just as well have a Magnum. Now, okay, the Magnum includes a lot of fat and a lot of other stuff which is not necessarily that good for you, so if you're going to compare, you're probably off better eating the Satsumas. But what you are better off doing altogether is having 2 Satsumas. In other words, self-control is better than self-denial. Don't try and cut out the fruit altogether. Just eat a little bit less of it. And try and stay off, on that subject, by the way, the cartons of fruit juice. You think, oh, that's healthy. There's nice, that nice orange juice with the bits in it. I like that. I'll have some of that. Just a little bit. Just a thimbleful of the orange juice and you're fine. Big 1 litre glass? No, don't do it. Now, you're going to say, well, Julian, these tips, they may be all very well, but are they actually working? Now, the only way you're going to know that, well, you're going to know that in various ways, is when I go on Land's End to John O'Groats, am I 12 stone or am I not 12 stone? Have I lost those 14 pounds in this interviewing period of time, or have I not? Now, I will chart the progress of my diet, not, and I do want to reiterate this, please, not because I think you, gentle viewer, dear viewer, need, should, ought, whatever the word is, lose weight, okay? It's me. It's my channel. It's my videos. I'm very grateful for those people who watch my videos, and if you enjoy them and you subscribe and you like them, you help to raise money for the food bank, all right? But please, if you want to lose weight, do it because you want to lose weight, not because other people tell you. So, hope you found this little description, these little bits of tips interesting, useful. I'm not doing this to contradict Katie Kookaburra. I'm not doing this to argue with Katie Kookaburra. I'm not doing this to say that I think Katie Kookaburra is wrong. I'd just like to finish up by saying Katie Kookaburra makes some very nice, very interesting, very good videos on YouTube, and I can highly recommend that you watch her channel. So, thanks very much for watching, and see you next time.